All right. I think we're live. Hello, hello, please. Hello, hello, please. Get my chat set up here. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Inside the Mind's Eye. I had a idea today about how I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this stream, how I want to do this connected. Something's going on with the server. Okay, there we go. Anyway, so I was over on Zaid's stream, and I enjoyed listening to his talk and his banter, and a bunch of guys I've played with on EverQuest and him were talking and just having conversation. It was nice to listen to. Yeah, it really felt like a good radio show, and I was like, it's just fun to listen to people I've played games with just talk about the news of the games or what their lives are like, and sharing a little bit of what they're doing, solo self-found type stuff, and it's just very enjoyable listen. And then from there, I ended up at Broken Stoics stream. Well, actually, before I got over to Broken Stoics, matter of fact, I think I'm moving too quickly. What I'd like to do with this stream is I'd like to open up when I do stream, because I'm very limited in time. I never know how long I'll be able to stream for, or I don't know how consistent it'll be. And I like the idea of when I do stream, making sure that I'm doing this in a format that can be translated to YouTube. So you don't actually have to be live with me to get value out of what you're listening to, or to feel to feel connection, like the way I feel. And well, I don't know if I felt that way in Broken Stoics, because I was like posting while he was streaming, and we were literally talking back and forth, so it was like fun in that way. But with Zaid's, it was like I feel like with his, I don't actually have to be live to feel like I'm part of that community. I can catch up with it later and feel like, oh yeah, this is great. Like I like what he's doing. I like what everyone's talking about. I'm on the Discord. You know, I like seeing secrets pop in and share the news of the day and the rules of the day and whatever interesting factoids that she can share to help us better understand the state of legality in regards to EverQuest emulation. So I like seeing that. So I've just been trying to figure out how do I want to do it. And I think I want to do it like that. I want to make sure that when I stream, it's something that is enjoyable to listen to, and people that do tune in and do find this content get some value out of it, regardless of whether or not it's live. So I think for the beginning of my streams, I'd like to kind of do a stream of consciousness of where I just share what I've experienced today, or what I've seen, or what I've done, just like basically like, well, how was my day? And I made a Discord server for this, because I'd like to also hear other people's day-to-day experiences. I know it sounds weird to say out loud, but it's like there's something in me that wants to feel, I guess I want to feel kind of like a human connection with people. And I'd like to be able to hear what people experience on a day-to-day basis. And I feel like it's weird. Like, I don't know if I have that much of an opportunity. In person, in real life, like you ask someone how they're doing, are they really going to say how they're actually doing? I don't think so. I know I will, depending on who I'm talking to and depending on how I'm feeling, but like, I'm kind of an introspective guy, inside the mind's eye. It's always kind of been, my platform has always kind of been about introspection and self-discovery. And I guess I'd like that to be the foundation for this. I'd like to continue with that foundation because it's of interest to me. I'm also into like meditative meditation, and I'm sure I'll talk about that eventually. But I made a Discord for this channel, and if you'd like to hop in there, I made a channel it's called like journaling or something right now, but it's basically, the idea is like any time of day or whenever you feel like it, you can check in and share whatever's going on, whatever you're thinking about. I need to do some stuff to it because I put no judgment, but really no responses either. I need to add that as a rule, but like the idea is like no emojis. Yeah, I mean, you can use emojis in what you're saying, but like no responding to what anyone posts in there. Like you can't like it, you can't thumbs up it, you can't heart it, you can't weird frank face it, you can't share it, you can't reply to it. The idea, I don't know if any of y'all have experience with 12-step recovery, but the idea is it's like an open share at an AA meeting. Like you share what you need to share and there's no crosstalk. It's like you just say what you want to say. You know, people don't have to agree or disagree. It's like not allowed. You just speak your piece. You go for 3 minutes, hopefully, and then someone else does it. So kind of that kind of a vibe is something I'd like to create where, and not to say that you can't, like, we wouldn't want to connect with one another. Like direct messages are always good. And hell, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe that's a dumb idea. I don't know. But I do know this is kind of the stuff, what I was thinking of today. If somebody wants to be the first person to throw their stream of consciousness in the Discord, you could be the very first victim, because I haven't even done it yet. This is me doing it right now. Yeah, so I kind of feel like that's kind of the vibe I want to do with this stream. You know, the first 5 to 10 minutes is just going to be me talking about whatever it is that needs to be talked about, sharing a little bit about my day, and then playing some games. I'll refrain from posting that I'm live until after this little monologue is finished. But yeah, so let me just check in a little bit. I listened to 15 minutes of Mark Maron's final podcast, ever. 16 years he's been doing his show WTF with Mark Maron, and I was on a run today and I listened to it. It was with a Barack Obama, and then I turned it off after 10 minutes because I don't know. Why did I? I wasn't really interested. I felt like it was two old people talking about what they thought about things that may or may not be happening. That's what it felt like. And then I jumped over to Joe Rogan and Adam Carolla, the newest Joe Rogan episode, and it felt the exact same way. It was like, these are two old people that are out of touch. They're literally theorizing about what people may or may not be experiencing. I was like, this is ridiculous. I couldn't listen to that either. And then that's how I ended up on Broken Stoics stream. And that was enjoyable because at least we were trying to figure out what food some lady was going to eat that night. And that was somewhat interesting and entertaining because we were all in it together. But yeah, I don't know what that is. It's like with the Corolla and the Rogan thing, it was like the thing that they were talking about was like how difficult it would be to navigate and move around in the world if you weren't an expert at something, or if you didn't have like a skill or a trade or knowledge or acquired knowledge or expertise in any sort of field. You know, the examples they used was, Corolla's like he's a builder. He can build businesses or whatever he builds, or podcasts or radio shows. And then Rogan's like archery and MMA and all that stuff, and comedy, like they're all experts at that. And in some sense, they get their ability to navigate in the world. They don't experience. What they were proposing was that people that don't have that thing, that aren't experts in an area of interest for themselves, may feel uncomfortable in their day-to-day experience or lack confidence or self-esteem. And I didn't agree with what they were saying. I didn't think they actually knew what they were talking about. Because shit, I mean, I don't think that's what it is. I'm just trying to think for myself. Is like, am I an expert at anything? I think the only thing I could actually say I'm really an expert at is meditation. But even that, I'm a novice. Like I'm like the whole point of my meditative practice is to always be a beginner. Like I'm actively trying to be unknown, like to unknow and unlearn whatever it is the world or society or my family or the influences of my environment has taught me over these 38 years. So even that I can't even say I'm an expert at. And I was thinking about all the times in my past with the rap music, building businesses, the entrepreneurship, app development, sewing. I did some sewing today. I'm pretty good at sewing. I'm not an expert. Definitely not an expert. But like I was like, I don't have, there's nothing there I can actually like. I mean, even something as simple as streaming or podcasting, like 3 or 4 years ago, I could have helped somebody get a podcast going. But if someone were to ask me today, because I haven't done any podcasting and this is my first time streaming in years, I think the last stream I had before this event started was like 10 months ago. So yeah, I mean, I haven't been doing really anything creative for over a year or so. But I just got notified that we're live. But the oh man, I lost my stream of thought. Oh yeah, but I wouldn't be able to help somebody start a podcast because I haven't done it in so long. I haven't started one in so long. I'd have to learn how to do it with them again. I guess in a lot of ways, I've always been about. I think the main thing I've been about is just expressing myself, and then the ways in which I could do it, like the podcasting, the albums, the app, those were all just means to an end. Like those were all just things I had to figure out because it was the way in which I needed to express myself or my ideas. So I guess I never really retained the specialized knowledge in those areas because I just needed to learn, how to publish to Spotify and how to publish to YouTube just so I could get what I needed to say out. So I never really knew. Anyway, so those are some of the things I was thinking about. Joe Rogan, Adam Carolla, I couldn't listen to it. That's okay. Had a great time on Zaid's stream, Broken Stoic stream. The Gamingo, I listened to that game ago. The guys that produced this game, the developers of this game, they had a live stream, and it was funny watching everybody ask when the no XP was going to come in. Like, it's just so interesting because this is the other thing I've noticed about video game communities. Like, there's the negative people are always the most outspoken, and it's a damn shame. It's like there's this air of negativity that surrounds every single MMORPG just because there's certain people in these communities, and I'm not saying they're wrong, because I do believe that in a lot of ways. I mean, I can't imagine being on a game like this for 10 years with no updates and like gradually, like, I don't know. First of all, I don't even know what that would be like to be on a game for 10 years straight. Like, that's amazing to me. I can't play anything for longer than a week hardly. But I get this sense that a lot of times people are very, especially on Reddit, and if you're talking about whether a game is worth playing or not, it's like there's so many people that are just bummer damp dinners about it all. And that's kind of what you expect. When you enter into those game communities, it's like, oh, I guess it is. Like, I enter into Rift thinking it is the way that these people are saying it is, and it prevents me from having a new experience with something that could be great. And honestly, like, I can't even really say that the way in which I approach it is correct or not, because the reality of the situation is the weather brought me here, and the state of the game today, or has it been for the last week since I've been here, was brought about by Eden and the community of people that started up this fresh roll Rift. So it has nothing to do with the way in which I perceive these things either, which is interesting to think about. It's not like you can have a special point of view. It's like you get lucky to flow in at a time when things are actually going well, and then you're looking at all the negativity going, why are people bum outs? Why do we have 37 no's on that poll? Like, people don't want to have fun. 37 people voted no. Let's not, all these new players coming in, F them. No fun for them. But realistically, then I reread that sentence. I do a lot of thinking, you guys, by the way. And I reread that sentence, and I'm not aware I'm thinking anymore, by the way. I stopped listening to my thoughts. I hardly pay attention to them anymore. So this is all new for me as well. I wasn't aware these were the thing. This was the stuff I was thinking, because most of it was half baked. But 37 people are looking at that poll. They're not. I'm sure they're not thinking, okay, screw these new players in this exciting event. We're going to say no to what they want. No XP. We're going to say no to that. I'm sure they read it, and they read it like a normal person would, and it says, "Are you interested in having no XP be added?" And if they're not interested, they write no. There's no ulterior motive to it at all. They might just be interested in end game content. So they really, if they're answering the question honestly, no, they don't actually care about whether or not there's a XP blocker or not. It's just so funny, human emotion. It's like, I see the poll and I go, F those people. Why would they try to bring us down? And it's like, that's not what's really going on. No, because if you read the sentence, it's asking them directly, is this something you care about? Not really. And they just press no. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of wars that get started because people think the way I think at first, like, oh, they're just saying no because they hate fun or they don't understand us. But yeah, so day was pretty good. Woke up early, got the boy ready for school. Yeah, he was great this morning. He's got special needs. He's autism and Down syndrome. So communicating and getting him to follow directions is a real challenge and patience. But this morning he was like a superstar. Like, he slept in his own bed the whole night. I put his clothes out. He put it on without me having to haggle him a bunch of times. He even went outside to get on the bus. I opened the door. He came on his own volition. It was amazing. And then from there, I went to work. I work at my family's company. We do packaging and we do packaging and equipment for manufacturing companies. We distribute consumables and equipment that companies use to produce goods. But I mostly do operations, but my day-to-day experience, at least recently, has just been straight up manual labor. And so today I pretty much sewed all day, which was really nice because I got to listen to the Zaid show, the Broken Stoic, the Game Ago thing, and I can just sit there. So I'll go to the computer. I'll have to do computer work every now and then. But other than that, I just get to sew and listen to podcasts. And then from there, I went to, where did I go from there? Oh, from there I went to go pick up Eli from school and then take him to swim lessons. And when he was at swim, I went for a run around my old neighborhood, which was really nice. And then got him from swim, hopped on a work meeting. So I did that on my headphones. And he was great also. Like, normally I can't talk on the phone. He's adamantly opposed to me being on the phone when I'm with him. But today he was just super. I told him that I needed to do a work call and he was quiet the whole way. Just an angel baby. So I took him to Taco Bell. And then we came home. I unloaded the dishwasher, fed the dogs, got him his food. I ate some Taco Bell, and now we're here. And that was my day. And the missus should be home anytime now. She's a vet, so she'll be. She usually comes home around now, maybe a little later. She's got a bad habit of working all the time, as much as she can. But I can't really hate on it so much because she makes pretty good money. So it's only when it seems to be affecting her health negatively that I start to be concerned. But she's also been doing great, like emotionally and mentally. So I don't really have any complaints. In the past, it's always been, I get concerned because she stops giving herself. She runs herself. She'll overwork to past the point of what could be considered reasonable, especially in the environment she works in, which is shelter medicine, surgeries all day for animals. Just I really try to. She has a hard time stopping. She's like me in that sense. Like, once I get going on something, I have a hard time just chilling out. Like, I'm a bit of a compulsive when it comes to things that I'm really passionate about. Luckily I haven't had that passion in a while. It's weird to say that that's lucky for that. I actually prefer my state of being as it has been, which is just kind of pleasant. And I'm not like working to create anything anymore. I'm not like trying to produce. There's nothing that I feel like I need to say anymore. I'm just kind of like, okay, existence as it is, just fine. There's nothing or no one I need to be anymore. Nowhere I need to get. Everything's fine. So that was my monologue ramble today. And I think that means that I can shut up for a little bit unless anybody pops in and starts chatting. I'm going to level up, work on this Primalist a good bit. I'm going to put some tunes on. I got to pick those tunes out. I'm going to try to do some moving around here, playing around. Like I can see right now I'm on OBS with my game on the background. I want to get good at this streaming thing. So I'm going to lower this down and see if you guys can see what I'm seeing on my screen. Okay. So I'm going to add I think I need to add a new window capture. Yeah, window capture. And I'll have it capture that. Okay, perfect. Is that it? Is that what I wanted to do? Yeah. Okay, so now when I go pick out my music, we can see what I'm looking at. We go to YouTube Music and pick out what we want to listen to. Oh, Pantheon. Yeah. Necromancer Rises. All right. Pantheon, by the way, big fan of Pantheon. Played it when they launched the PvP server. Had like the most fun. It was a blast. So I hope that they can get it going, and I hope they can get their bearings underneath them again, because I would be more than happy to jump back in and play with like a fresh start. I don't think I would want to play it if it wasn't PvP though, because PvP was so much fun. I couldn't see myself being engaged in the game without it. What kind of playlist do I got? Am I still on? I'm not even on YouTube Music. By the way, I was thinking about this too when I was listening to Zaid and hearing what's going on with Sloan and the other guy with the guild with the Faceless Guild and Monsters and Memories. And if I had a vote, I would vote, you got to go PvP. Like, especially if Sloan, if you're going to be pushing for World First, like in Zaid, if you're going to end up playing World First, PvP, dude. Like, who cares if it doesn't get done as quickly as the PvE servers? Like, it means a million times more that you did it on PvP. Plus, I'd love to see the Zet guys come over and contest. Like, get Titanook over here and like let's really throw down and see who can clear the stuff the quickest. World First completion, Monsters and Memories. I want to see it. I want to see Rise of Zek versus Faceless, round 2. We'll bring Panquakes in here. I don't think I'm even gonna get to stream any games. I think that we're gonna have to stop because the dogs are going crazy. Hold on, I gotta mute this. This is out of control. And the wife just got home. Not the wife, the future. She's my fiance. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wrap it up. Dang, we're not even gonna play games. I'll hopefully. I don't know if I'll stream again tonight. I think I'm just gonna play tonight. I'm not gonna actually stream. I don't know. We'll see. If you tuned in, thanks for tuning in. Join the Discord. It's in the description. Be the first person to share your soul on the journal part. And yeah, have a good